Hello, everyone. I would like to talk to you about an interesting topic called crying, sobbing, and Kapalabhati. Crying, as we saw in the Cry Yoga video, you probably referred to that, it was just posted earlier today, is leads to emotional uh, leveling of inside emotions. The emotions come out when you cry. When you actively cry, sometimes you use that actively to remember whatever events you had, traumatic events that you had in your life. You can actually bring it up day to day events. And supposing somebody had said something to you, and you remember that and crying. You can cry if the tears come out, because the closer you get to the event, if you feel that, recreate that situation in your heart and mind, you will be able to do that. And many times people really break down, and this happens all the time with people having depression and all kinds of situations mentally. And the next point I want to drive here is the sobbing part. So, crying, the very idea about inhalation, and then the voice. This voice can be modulating and can go up and down, and sometimes loud, and sometimes even not so loud. These are all important points to notice, the intonation and all that. That will be very helpful for you to notice what happens when you cry. The second part of the crying is sobbing. Sobbing is basically a quick inhalation, and that's almost always through the mostly through the nose, but also could be a little bit from the mouth. But it's a quick inhalation, and and then exhalation, where the belly muscle goes in, because there's a little jerk involved there, and you have a jerking motion of the abdominal wall and the diaphragm. Now these are the key points here, and so sobbing almost mimics, believe it or not, of a conscious practice called Kapalbhati. In Kapalabhati, we do inhalation like that. So inhale, short inhalation, and forceful exhalation using the same abdominal muscles, the same technique and same way of doing it. And Kapalabhati has been documented to have so many benefits, as you know. You expel all the negatives. You inhale what's necessary. You slowly build up tolerance. You build up. You also, it leads to relaxation. It relates to empowering of endocrine system, and you switch a little bit to the vagus system. Vagus system or the parasympathetic system switching is very crucial. So all this really happens very well. And so crying, sobbing, and Kapalabhati. Believe it or not, there are positive points to crying, and one can use it even intentionally. If there is a need to do that, please feel free to use it, and use it in understanding that you are emptying all the negatives out of your system and getting better to a positive outcome.